Hello, I'm Lorenzo Militri. I'm the founder of Loway, and I'm here today with Kevin Ravasi, that is the lead developer of the new release of QueueMetrics, to introduce you to some new features of release 20.11. Kevin?
Hi everyone, it's good to be here. So as Lorenzo said, we are here today to show you the new version of QueueMetrics. So without further ado, let's log in and we will be welcomed by the new home page. As we can see, it's radically different from the old one. And just to explain a few quick key features, let's take a look at these big colored info boxes is what they are called in the center of the screen. The info boxes in the home page are navigational elements that allow us to move between the different features of QueueMetrics. Each info box, for example, this one for the reports has a general destination that will be reached when clicked on the info box anywhere, or a series of links that take us to specific features in QueueMetrics. So specific reports in this case, since this is the reports info box.
Okay.
We can add and remove these info boxes. We have various options depending on the user. To add an info box, you just click on the plus button in the top left, and on the right, they will appear all the different options that the user has at its own disposal. So they can add them or remove them from here. So each user can customize their own homepage, and the settings that the homepage, the info boxes that the user set in the homepage will persist between sessions.
Okay.
We can rearrange the info boxes, moving them around, and if we are looking for a specific report, for example, or a specific aspect of QueueMetrics features, we can use the search bar at the top. For example, in this case, I want to search for my report, which is called report. And by typing Kevin, you can see that everything is filtered to show me directly what I need. The older configuration menus instead, so everything that has to do with creating agents, queues, and all the settings can be found here in the top right, in the setting, under the settings icon here. You can find all of QueueMetrics configuration menus for users, queues, and all the different objects. You can find the system administration links. So here you have everything you need. And if you have the appropriate permissions, of course, you can see the diagnostics links. So here you have the database inspector and all the other diagnostic
You can also
information.
search. You can also search for them, right?
Yes, absolutely. If I am looking for a specific feature, as I was saying before, the filtering works even in the side menus. That is true for the settings and also true for the info boxes.
So all the things that used to be on the old homepage, you can now find them, but you can decide if you need them or not, and in any case, will be available.
Absolutely.
And what about the new reports?
Yes, the major aspect of this new release are the new report page. For example, I will show you by opening my report here. And as you can see, everything is now radically improved. We have a system that is similar to the old one in the sense that we have pages and we have blocks with tables and charts that we call data blocks. Each data block is an aspect of your call center, and it's presenting different types of data. So these blocks can be added or removed by clicking on the data block icon on the top right. And this is where a radical improvement is that in the preview that you have while browsing through the available data blocks, you are looking at actual live data. So you can have an idea of what the data block will look like and what will offer you before you add it to the page. Of course, you can click on the plus button here, add them to the current report, or you can create a copy if you don't want to edit the current one, and you will have your data block at the bottom
Can I
of the
change
screen.
the columns of the data block?
Yes, absolutely. You are able to, for example, activate or deactivate columns. You can move them around, so you can customize your own data block by editing it from the top right editor button here.
Wow.
And that's not all. We have a new and improved filter system that will allow us to essentially, let me just put this data block up on top. So with the various agents that answer different calls, here at the top, we can see a recap of the report. So we can see the number of calls that are processed, various information, which report we are looking at, we have which queues we are looking at, and the dates, so the time period we are considering. Everything can be edited here by clicking on the top right and editing the information here. But the very powerful and flexible aspect of these new reports are the essentially improved filters that are accessible from the filter icon here at the bottom. And here we have loads of different filters that the user can add. In particular, let's say we want to add an agent filter.
And we can
And let's
filter.
say I want,
We can filter the filters.
yes, we can filter the filters, exactly. So let's say we want to look at all the calls that Matthew made. So we can select Matthew from the menu here.
Oh, you can filter the filter as well.
Exactly. And yeah, a lot of filtering in this new version. And we can add a filter for agent Matthew here, and just confirm. And when we confirm this, give it a second to reload, and you will see that the data updates in real time with only the calls made by agent Matthew.
Yes.
We can compose these filters to create even more complex filters. So let's say we want to add another agent to this mix. Let's take this one, for example. You see they are automatically composed together. And again, by confirming, everything will update. These two filters form an agent group, and these groups are infinitely composable. We can, for example, let's take, I don't know, a queue filter, and let's take queue back office, and let's say I only want to see what agent Matthew did on queue back office. So we drag the Matthew filter on back office, and they create a group together. So I want them to be in an AND relationship. So I just hover on the operator. And so, as you can see, we can create pretty complex filters here that will update our live data directly. So in this case, for example, Matthew has 0 calls on queue back office, but agent Petronella has 1,000 calls in all the queues.
Yes.
If I want to delete a group of filters, I can just hover around the end, and the next will appear, allowing me to delete it. So it's very simple to edit them, and they are infinitely composable. That
Wow.
is, we believe, very flexible. So that's not all, of course. We have all the information that used to be around in the custom reports. If it's not represented in the filters, you will find it under the settings button here. So here you can enable
Multi-stint, the data
multi-stint,
source.
yes, the data source. You can set a visibility key for the report, the SLA intervals that are for the SLA reports like this one. So you have all the different information under the settings. And of course, each user can create their own report by clicking on the plus button here.
So I can create a blank report here.
Yes, let's call it new report for now. And of course, it will create an empty report. And this report, of course, you can edit everything as usual, and you can add data blocks from the start. It will be created with a blank page called the new page. And let's say here we can put, just a
Okay, I can have multiple pages.
Yes, let's take a look here. On the right, you can see there is a plus button to create a new page. So a new page will be created, and we can add a different data block here. And then we can cycle, through the pages. You can see we have everything.
I can rename the page.
Yes, to edit the page name, instead, we can go here on the editor for the page, and let's call it page 2 for now. and so on. For page
Okay.
1, we can do the same thing.
I think it's very clear.
Now, let's see. So, going forward, I just want to take a quick look at everything. We can, of course, as we used to be able to do in the old QueueMetrics, export these reports, right? Because we want to be able to have them in a PDF format or in XLS formats for Excel. So we do have these 2 buttons at the top that allow the user to click on them, and they will be downloaded
at any time
right
while I'm editing it.
Yes, whenever, absolutely. You can just click the button and it will download a report for you. And if you want to share a report between users, you can use this share button here that will copy the URL for this report, and then you are able to copy it and paste it outside in a different browser, so you can share it with another agent or another supervisor that wants to take a look at the same report, provided they have the correct permissions, of course, to view it. If the user is not authenticated, it will ask them to authenticate first and then redirect them to the correct report.
To the report. That's pretty neat. Is there anything else you want to show us apart from the reports?
Yes, absolutely. Apart from the reports and the homepage, let's go back to the homepage for a second. One of the key features as well of the new QueueMetrics is the fact that we added the possibility to switch to a dark theme. So if we go to the top bar here under the information icon, the eye icon, under the current user information at the bottom, you will find a select theme now. Select theme selector that allows you to switch to the dark theme. Just click this, change it, and you will see QueueMetrics will change face completely. So you can, decide what you prefer, go around and take a look at it, and all the QueueMetrics now is completely themable and has the dark theme included.
Well, that's pretty neat. I think it really looks good and it's easier on the eyes, especially with the dark theme. I'm sure that you are going to like the new experience with QueueMetrics, and we definitely spent a lot of effort to pull it through.
Yes.
And we really hope that you're going to enjoy it. And we are sure that it will make your life easier and it will be nicer to work with. So thank you for now, and do check out the new QueueMetrics.
Thank you very much, everyone.